Finally, and Bez, there are just so many games releasing this month, it is ridiculous. But we are eating good in March, you betcha. I have a list of 20 games for you, Bez, that all range from mainline titles, cozy games, indie games, and even a game I've been waiting for like 2 years to release. If you like this video and want to hear about more games that I think are really super duper cool, then why not consider liking and subscribing, because it'll really help the channel out. And whilst you're at it, let me know in the comments below what games you guys are really excited for, because as you can probably tell, I really like finding out about new games. I could not help but put this first one on the list. It's just gonna be such a short and silly game, perfect for refreshing your gaming palette in between sessions. Take a Hint is a visual novel game with a super cute comic art style all about convincing your friend to break up with her boyfriend. I bet you didn't see that one coming, huh? You'll be playing as Delphina, and like I said, it'll be up to you to convince Eileen that her boyfriend just straight up sucks, and you have the evidence to prove it. Neither of you are leaving this conversation until the truth about him finally comes out. It seems the boyfriend has been cheating and he never deserved her anyway. The truth isn't always easy to hear, so have some patience with her as you break the news. The game will only be about 15 to 20 minutes long, so it's perfect to fit into your schedule whenever, but 15 minutes is all you need to kick his ass to the curb. The next game on this month's list fits in much better with our normal cozy theming. I just like to stray occasionally is all. The Abbess Garden is where you will be playing as Agnes, who is just doing her best to restore the rather overgrown hidden Abbey Garden in 1643 France. Take the days slowly as you enjoy the life of a gardener, even if you've never touched a plant in your life. This game will be all about learning and slow progression as you grow and identify real plants, along with observing how they behave and act in their own little ecosystems. As you pass through the seasons, you'll gain knowledge about the garden, where to place things with a freeform system, as well as how what's around each plant can affect the way it grows. The plants won't be the only thing you learn about. The more you restore, the more secrets you might find. A cozy, forgotten little garden may hold more than just weeds. There is more to life than just the Abbey Garden as well, like helping the community by completing small quests, fighting against the spy plot after finding something that maybe should have been left in the weeds, maybe even falling in love with a little someone. The garden holds a long history, and sometimes things will change in the smallest of ways. Our first co-op game on the list is gonna be just as chaotic as it gets. Ham the Game is a factory management game for you to play with your friends as you try your best to work together to fulfill all the orders you get in this ham factory. You will get to play as a member of staff, or you get to play as a manager. What the staff do is pretty simple. You know, you're completing the orders, but as the manager, well then, you're the one calling the shots. You'll be in the office making all the big decisions, but if you keep making bad ones and screwing over the team, then the others will have the option at the end of the day to throw you out and get someone new in charge. You'll start with your team in a small factory, but as you go through the days, you'll upgrade your workstation, which in theory should make everything easier. But as the days pass on, you'll face new challenges. I just think this game is going to make for so much silly fun, and proximity voice chat is just going to be the cherry on top. Now, while this one isn't an indie game like we normally see since a pretty big franchise tie-in, I still really wanted to include it. Scott Pilgrim EX is a brawling side-scroller where you get to play as Scott Pilgrim or Ramona Flowers as you travel around Toronto in the year 20XX, facing off against other bands who have taken over the city. But where is your band at? You're gonna need their help for this. It seems they've been abducted by an unknown and dark force, unfortunately. The only way to save everyone and complete the quest will be to fight your way through the city, in space and time, as you explore any and all hidden areas you can find. You have to bring your bandmates back somehow. As you journey, you'll be able to gain character upgrades, making you even stronger as you improvise your different combo attacks. With up to 7 playable characters to unlock, this is going to be a great one to play with another bear. Now, I want to see all my horse girls raise up for this next one. The Legend of Khiimori is a game that looks just so cool and about, even though I'm not normally super into games with realism as their art style. Taking place in 13th century Mongolia, you'll be playing as a Yan courier rider, a very respected dog. It's up to you to brave all kinds of different weather and terrain so that you can safely deliver these packages, bringing aid, hope, and courage to those you will meet. The game will allow you to breed and train horses so that you'll always have the best one for whichever job you are about to embark on. By planning your delivery routes, you'll be able to keep yourself and your horsey safe from whatever lurks out in the wilderness, nor will you run out of provisions. By exploring the entire landscape, you will know where is best to forage and gather for food so you can survive out there on the road. Unfortunately, just foraging won't be enough to keep you and horsey up on your feet, so by learning archery, you'll be able to hunt. The bow and arrow you have will also come in handy in other ways, such as defending yourself against wild animals. This game will be released into early access first, with plans on adding more story and areas once fully completed. I'm so excited. Okay, so this next one is one that really reminds me of Hollow Knight, and you might be able to tell why already. Nevergrave, The Witch and the Curse is a Metroidvania combined with roguelike gameplay where you will journey along with a very special and very cursed hat on a journey of revenge. The village lies broken, one you need to rebuild along with a few new facilities for the people who live here. Use your magic to possess the enemies you come across to fight against other beasts, using your skills you didn't have once before, opening up new paths for yourself. Don't get too comfortable with your first run though, as the game will change each time you play, so make sure to strengthen yourself in between each battle, as you will never know what's around the corner. The game has different skills for you to learn and master, so whilst this is something that can be played solo, I think it will also add a bit of depth when you play with friends, especially if you all have different skills. Next up, we have Planet of Lana II. Don't let the 2 scare you though, as this game is a standalone, but will have deeper lore for those who have played Planet of Lana before. And can we take just a second to admire the visuals in this game, because they are just so pretty. You will be playing as Lana with your companion Mui in a world where greed and power have divided the world because of new technology. The only way to fight against those who are pushing harder for their desire of power is to stand together. As you journey across the different biomes to uncover the real truth behind what is happening in the world you live in, no matter how dangerous it might have become. The game is a really pretty cinematic puzzle adventure with hand-painted visuals, but there is no spoken dialogue, making your actions all the more important to the story and what you end up making of it. The further you go and explore, the more you will find out about this beautiful world and what is really true, as well as where Mui actually came from. This new technology did actually come at a cost to the world. Maybe one you might have not seen immediately, but without this journey you wouldn't have known about. The game is only 6 to 8 hours long, but that is more than enough time to have me crying like a baby at the end. I cannot wait. Oh, how I love silly games so much! In Cupiclaw, you will play as Morris, who has just lost his engagement ring, and they're like really expensive and he can't afford to buy a new one, so the next best thing is to win one back in the arcade, of course. Cupiclaw is a claw machine roguelike deck builder where you start with the easiest claw machine on the bottom floor as you grab prizes to build up combos and upgrade your claw. However, the grab-it-all technique isn't gonna work the best because not every item in the claw machine will actually be worth grabbing, and sometimes it may actually hurt you to pick it up. Because remember, you're not playing in the arcade for fun, you're playing to get a new ring. Your entire relationship is at stake here. By the end of this, you might even make the claw happy. This next one is so low stakes that there just aren't any at all. It is also just so super duper cute. Hidden Raccoons is a really rather relaxing hidden object game where, as you have probably guessed it, you need to find all these silly little critters who are hiding from you. They're also hiding pretty well, so this one might take a while to get through. So clear out that schedule, I know I will. Explore multiple different pixel worlds as you try to find them all. This game has no scores or timers, no punishments, it's just you and these silly little guys, so take it easy. Oh man, I think this game will have me crying. Pieced Together is this super cute and cozy scrapbooking game where you're going down memory lane after cleaning out your old room, remembering a friendship you once had. Play as Connie as you slowly sort through different memories of your friendship with Beth, who you no longer talk to. But why? The story will last roughly 1 to 2 hours with full voice acting, which is just gonna make it hurt all the more. As you sort through memories, you'll engage in different puzzles through sorting, arranging and sticking down, word puzzles, or piecing together torn up photos. Everything you find will give you something to learn about how things used to be and maybe even why they are the way they are now. As you go through the scrapbook, you will also be writing a letter to Beth about how things used to be and the memories you have found, even though it has been so long since you last spoke. You can even decorate the scrapbook with cute stickers you get from completing each chapter. This is a game that I have been waiting on the release now for a few years. I just fell in love with it after seeing it. The game is just so bright and colorful and really up my alley. Lost and Found Co. is a hidden object game with the cutest art style ever. I mean, just look at it. I want to get lost inside this world without a doubt. As you can expect, you will be helping to reunite the lost things with the owners in this magical world. Busy and bustling, filled with many different locations and things to find. But this hidden object game isn't just about finding things. The things you are finding have a meaning. Maybe once everything has been found, you will have helped a dragon to regain its full power, or perhaps you will just have helped Ducky. This game will be full of surprises, Easter eggs, and secrets, all just waiting to be uncovered. I cannot wait to spend hours scrolling through each level, trying to find all those hidden details and interactive objects. There's just something about fitting items into a box perfectly that will always be satisfying. You cannot convince me otherwise. Packing Life is a cozy puzzle game where you'll be working in a warehouse, packing up all different kinds of orders, rotate and turn the items in whichever way until you can fit them all into one box. So make sure you pick out the right size box as well. That's an important step. All you need to do after that is simply tape the box up and place a label on it so it's ready for delivery. As you progress through a lighthearted story, you'll find out how and why you started working this job. I mean, standing on your feet all day isn't the easiest task in the world. As the days go by, you'll be able to unlock new items, helping your packing abilities and workflow, but that's not all. You'll also be able to unlock a few little trinkets so you can personalize your workstation, making it as cute as can be. Okay, I know I say this for like every game, but this one looks so super cool. Blossom, the Seed of Life, will have you playing as this cute little robo-rover, Blossom, as you discover the remnants of Mars. It is your job to finish a job once started many years ago. Terraform this dead planet until you are met with a thriving one. The act of reforming a planet is a complex process, one that will take time. So go out and explore this open world, searching for resources, ones that you can collect and build into something new, or investigate the ruins as you slowly start to grow a forest in a little corner of the planet from all your hard work. One tree is all you need for the process to start. In normal survival games, you'd be monitoring things like your hunger, but as a robot, food isn't so important, but your energy levels are, so don't take on more than you can handle. You might just run out of battery life. The environment will be harsh. It is a dead planet after all, but you don't have to venture out from the base you built up all by yourself. Attaching the rovers together into a convoy will help lighten the workload you set for yourself. I want to meet this little robot so bad. I can help build up Mars again and see it full of life. It's time to take to the countryside, my favorite place. In Cupiclaw, these cute and adorable little doggies need a place to play and be loved, so start your own puppy park. A dog hotel, if you will. So you can give them all the loving they need. There are pups of all breeds and all personalities, so you can never get bored with your virtual little friends. Be sure to feed them yummy snacks, take them on big adventures, then wash them down after all that fun so they don't get too stinky. The more dogs you look after, the better your reputation will become, and the better your reputation, the more puppies you get to play with. This game is meant to be played in small chunks, so it's perfect for a 30-minute session as you wind up for the day or as you wind down after a long one, because these silly puppies will never stress you out. It's gonna be like playing Nintendogs again, and I'm so excited. I can't believe this next game is finally releasing. I mean, oh my fish! I remember seeing the dev making TikToks for this ages ago. Mr. Sleepy Man will have you up way past your bedtime, and he is out of control and showing no signs of slowing down. In this sandbox adventure game, you can pretty much do anything you want to turn Bedtime Town against you. You can literally hit them with your car, and it might not even be your car, it might just be one you found laying around, because that's a key part of this game, causing as much chaos as possible. You should go out and find everything you can to play with. There's like over 300 interactive objects, so don't just settle for running the Bedtime Town residents over. It is something to note that the way you treat NPCs will be remembered. They're all their own characters and will feel differently depending on what you do to them. You might hurt their feelings, and we wouldn't want that now, would we? As you run, jump, and glide around town, you'll discover all the interconnected levels, and that maybe this town should have been woken up a little sooner. Also, you have a sleep button, so you can take a little nap anytime you need. Destroying the town is big work for such a little guy. I just can't get over how cute this next one is, and I can't believe I've only just found out about this one. In Piece by Piece, you inherit your grandfather's old repair shop. It'll be tough to fill his boots, but you can do it. Spending your days in the shop as your forest neighbors bring in an array of different objects, anything ranging from a pocket watch to a child's toy, all waiting to be fixed back up. And with an art style like this, these might just end up being the coziest days of your life. You'll even be able to paint up some items you find to be able to sell them for a higher price with paint you've made from the berries you grow out in the back garden. Make the shop your own by keeping it clean, decorating it, and keeping the cookie jar stocked with yummy warm cookies. I want a cookie now. All work and no play will make you pretty dull though, so take the time to go have fun with your neighbors too. I am totally not normal about this game releasing. I have so much emotional attachment to it. Oh my! Bubblegum Galaxy is a game that is just so cute, I might actually die. This is a cozy narrative building game where it is, for some reason, your job to rebuild the galaxy, tile by tile. Now, the reason it's your job is because someone kinda accidentally deleted the entire galaxy, and for some reason, I don't think this was some kind of office mishap. Design new planets by becoming a planet architect, because you can't just not have a galaxy, that's weird. Using the software the office has, you'll be able to connect different tiles to one another in order to make an efficient planet. They're all different and have their own rules, so take your time as you design each one. You'll be free to roam your office and make friends with your co-workers as you try and find out the real truth of what happened to the galaxy. But if that just sounds like a lot of hard work, and it kinda does, why don't you just redecorate your office instead? Another game I am just beyond excited about, I just can't help it, is Rhell Wrapped Worlds and Troubled Times. In this weird and wonderful indie game, it seems that everyone has disappeared except for 12. The truth of what is really happening is unknown, and everyone you talk to of the remaining 12 will have their own theories of what is happening in this world. As a wizard, you'll probably be able to find out the truth, no matter how strange it may be. The only way you'll be able to find the truth is by exploring this semi-open world. There are 9 different distinct areas, all with their own unique secrets that might sometimes bleed into one another, and puzzles that you can solve through the use of runes. You'll start out with only 4, but as you progress, you'll be able to gain more, all with their own abilities. And whichever way you think of solving these puzzles may just be possible, as there are multiple solutions. So keep creating unique spells, because you never know what will work. As you explore, you'll meet those who remain, but with so little people, they might ask you for help, giving you a choice. By helping them, you might expand Rhell's world a little more, make them a little nicer, a little softer, or you can choose to ignore them and keep Rhell as the rude and abrupt wizard they are. They don't care. I'm really excited about this next one because I think it's a pretty cool and unique puzzle game. Tezzel the Tile Maker's Tale is first and foremost a tongue twister, and second is a non-linear puzzle game where you will be playing as Mateo in 1910 Barcelona. A man dedicated to the craft of making tile artwork. With every puzzle you complete, a new piece of the mosaic will appear. With over 100 puzzles to solve, you can jump around anywhere in the process, which is something that really hooks me in because there is nothing worse than getting stuck on a particular puzzle and having no way to progress further in the game. The more puzzles you get under your belt, the harder the puzzles will become, but as you go, you will unlock new tools, making it all the more important to focus on your strategy for solving each puzzle. I just can't wait to see that finished mosaic because by the looks of it, all the tiles are unique and I just think that it's so cool in itself. I have been waiting on this game for like 2 years and it is finally here, Bears. Oh my gosh! Legend Cove is gonna be like the cutest farming sim ever. You'll be traveling across the vast 7 seas to all different kinds of islands, searching for different things to collect. Primarily flowers and fish it seems, hoping to one day achieve the title as a named collector. Maybe even one day completing your compendium. There are no enemies at all in this game, so you're free to fish, plant, and grow in peace. As you may have noticed, you won't be traveling alone. You've got a big friend to keep you company as you travel, so take good care of her. Much like yourself, you can customize her too, so maybe you can match, because how cute would that be? The more you interact with her, the closer you two will become. The boat you're on isn't just a big floating garden either, it is also your home, so take the time to make it feel like that as well by decorating it to be nice and cozy. So I know we've had a lot of puzzle games so far, but I just really like them, okay? They make for the perfect cozy game in my opinion. Piece by Piece is a quite literal puzzle game where you'll be connecting and changing the route you take with puzzle pieces. You're gonna help this little guy out. In the start, the puzzles will be easy, just straightforward connecting of the pieces, but the further you go, the harder it will get, as you have to start trying to figure out things like portals. There will be over 100 puzzles for you to go through, in which you will discover new themes, mechanics, and even hybrid levels to test you on what you've learned. I've been asked a few times now to find more frog games, and well, here you go! Frog Holm is all about this froggy named Flip who is returning back to his hometown to run his family's pub. A quiet life behind the counter, just making drinks. At least that was the plan. But unfortunately, it seems there has been a rather mysterious disappearance of one of the islanders. Well, doesn't that just sound a bit more exciting than pub work? Explore through the different island communities, talking to the folk that live there as you try and find out what really happened to this poor islander. Don't think you've got enough easy though, as you still need to be collecting different ingredients to make the drinks back at the pub. There will be 20 unique drink recipes for you to learn, so pay attention to your regulars when they come in. We're going to be doing some more packing in this one, except we're going to be out traveling the globe instead of a warehouse. In Pakinpaks, you'll be accompanying Bonbon as you travel the world from sandy beaches to dense green forests, doing your best to fit all your items into one pack. This game is just so cute, and look at Bonbon, I love him. You will also receive requests along the way from the other animals who want their bags packed in a very specific way. The game has 4 different modes, the first being the one we just spoke about where animals will make a request. This one is known as the Cozy Travel mode. You will also have a then Infinite mode where you can pack at your own pace, a Rush mode where you will have a timer and the more bags you pack the higher the timer will go, and finally you have the Brainy mode where you only have so many turns to pack a bag before the game ends. The game also has a night mode darkening the UI so it's a bit easier on the eyes. Whilst I love the packing gameplay, I think I'm also super excited to start customizing Bonbon. I don't think we can get any cozier than this decorating sim, and gosh, doesn't it just look so pretty? Hozy is all about slowing down and returning to your hometown after the big city ended up not working out too well for you. Taking it one room at a time, one little task at a time, you will clean, paint, and decorate as the rooms slowly start to come together. However, you're not just decorating any random houses, you're bringing back homes that have been forgotten and abandoned in your neighborhood. With each room you clean and bring back to life, you'll slowly bring your neighborhood back too. There is just so much to see and interact with in this sim, like opening the windows to let the sunlight in, or a working projector that you can turn on and off. If you don't like playing decorating sims because of the overwhelming amount of options, then the devs might have just solved that problem for you with a pre-curated collection of furniture that goes down with a little bit of a thud, always looking good together no matter the colors on the walls. Okay, this is the last puzzle game on the list, I swear. At least I think it is. I just really like them. Puzzle Spy International is a 60s inspired spy game where you will be pursuing the Diamond Thieves. I'm sure I don't need to tell you what they're stealing. Play as Agent Epsilon, choosing your own path in the game with the different suspects you talk to, or maybe even flirt with a little. Even the suspects you don't talk to will affect the investigation, especially if you've gone down the completely wrong lead. In order to get to your next clues, you'll have to solve different logic puzzles, the kind where you'll be solving cryptograms or crosswords. The game will last anywhere between 3 to 7 hours long as you play through 11 different unique puzzles. However, if these puzzles aren't normally your thing, and I totally get that, there is a very generous hint system in place so you can always keep the story moving forward. So I'll be the first to be honest about this, but I was really confused about who Little Nemo was at first, so if you know more about him, I'd love to hear it. Little Nemo and the Guardians of Slumberland will be all about exploring a really cute No Dream world in an NES-inspired platformer. I mean, the art style for this is just so charming. You'll have all the gear you could possibly need, or, well, all the stuff a kid takes to bed with them at least. Go through a non-linear world with Nemo, unlocking new abilities that will help you take down those big boss battles you might run into as you're out there exploring. Don't worry about losing those lives though, because Nemo will just wake up back in his own bedroom safe and sound. Whilst you're there, you might as well try swapping out to different PJs to see what kinds of new powers you might be able to harness. Try it with your toys too. You never really know what a teddy or blanket can do against an enemy. We're heading back into the arcade, but for a different game this time. Raccoin is all about those nostalgic coin pushes. The game is a roguelike deck builder where you need to combine different types of special coins so that you can clear out the machine. Once you do, you will be rewarded with riches aplenty. With 150 unique coin items and a further 150 power-ups, you'll be able to find a playstyle that suits you no matter whether you've played a roguelike or deck builder before. There's 6 different characters in total to try out and play with all their own themed coins. Maybe you try out as a biologist who has a love for animals and animal-based coins, like the cat coin which hunts down the rat coin. Or maybe if you really want to try and challenge yourself, then try your hand at the endless mode, where the coins just keep coming and coming. Oh, and there are 8 difficulty levels, so you can go all out or keep it easy breezy. I think I might keep it easy breezy. Okay, so I have another super silly multiplayer for you bears, and it's Medic Mayhem, bringing back all the nostalgia from your childhood with toys. You will play as a medic racing around in your ambulance on these old school car rugs, either by yourself or with a few friends you have to go out there and try your best to save all the toy soldiers you can. They're fighting, don't ask me why, but they're fighting. They're out there fighting a battle to gain the most ground, I think, and when they fall down wounded, they need someone to come pick them up and get them back to the hospital so they can heal up fast and get back into battle with no time to spare. So your job as the ambulance driver is to get there first before your opponent does. The ambulance still plays an important role in this battle, so never feel discouraged. Besides, you can always get upgrades to be as powerful as possible. I mean, who doesn't want an ambulance with dynamite attached to it? Now, this is the last one on the list today, bears, but oh boy, are we ending on a banger! The Last Cat in the Universe is bound to be a pretty touching story where you will be playing as a robot in the only remaining space station with a small creature. the last of its kind has made its way in. This kitty is the only one left and is looking for a safe haven from all the darkness in the world within your four walls. The game is gonna be a pretty short narrative, perfect for a one sitting lasting roughly between 2 to 3 hours long, where you'll be digging through all the debris you have so you can do your best to look after this little kitty. What you find matters as you will need upgrades to be sure to keep doing your best to provide the coziest space so you can take care of her. But within all this debris you need to look for something else too, something that will really calm Kitty down more than a stuffed bed ever will. A song. If this is the way of the world now, then let her rest happy. And that is a wrap on all the super duper cool games I found that were coming out in March, and I totally wasn't meant to have a list this long. Originally I was gonna try and keep it between 10 and 15, but how could I mean, you bet saw all those games. I want them all now. I can't wait to play all these games. I genuinely don't think I can pick a favorite this time. I hope you guys liked this video and were able to find something new to play in the upcoming month. Let me know down below which games you want to play, and if you know about any games coming out in April that you're also excited for, why not leave it down below so I can have a little looky. If you want to hear about all the games that are coming out in April as well, then like and subscribe so I can see you next month too.